Well, Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. We'll have that game for you at 5 o'clock. We'll start our coverage. You've heard in the All Sports page and from the different promos. And every year, the Heritage Baptist Church has what they call the Super Bowl. And this is the 15th annual one, but it's a little different. And every year we talk with Chef Zachary Pope, who joins us now on the phone. Good morning, Zachary.
Good morning, Bill. Thanks so much for having me, my friend.
All right. Always good to talk to you about the Super Bowl. And this is a different year. I mean, you're doing it a whole different way.
Boy, isn't it a different year?
Yes.
We can all attest to that. And we are doing it a different way. Simply, in light of the times, we have decided to go ahead and continue our efforts. Like you mentioned so nicely before, it's our 15th year. And we still recognize that the Lighthouse Shelter is always in need of local folks to help out, and this is our great way of pitching in. And this year we've decided to go ahead and set up a link. As you said, Heritage Baptist Church is where we usually headquarter this event. But this year you can find it at heritageloves.com. That's our church's website. There's a huge button that says, the Super Bowl effort, and you can click on that. And from there, you go into an area where this week we are featuring soup recipes, some pictures and recipes of local folks around. In fact, today is Mayor Buckley's soup. He put on a smoky haddock corn chowder that is interesting and good, and it's just his favorite soup. So he volunteered to put that on there. So far, this would be the fourth day that we've done it. It's been my baked potato soup, which is actually one of the soups that I made for the past, well, I think it made it 13 out of these 15, or 12 out of these 14 years. I took it off one time or a couple times, and they said, no, we must have that soup back.
Oh.
And I gave you that recipe there, too. And then the Lighthouse Bistro offered their creamy crab soup, which is actually on their menu. I thought that was very generous of them. You know how we chefs kind of like to leave out an ingredient, but I think that is their real recipe. And then yesterday, our pastor, Scott Shelton, offered up this zuppa toscana, which of course zuppa means soup in Italian for those who aren't Italian by nature. But this Tuscan soup that's great. And so those are the ones we've had so far, and you can find those recipes again at Heritage Loves. But more importantly, you can find that link on how to donate to this effort. In lieu of actually having soup in your belly, go ahead and make one of these soups and donate. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, that's got to be a pretty expensive organization over there, because they do so much at the Lighthouse Shelter. They have a pretty big, budget, and they need to, maintain. It's kind of hard when they don't have the money coming in.
I'm not sure people know exactly all the different ways that the Lighthouse Shelter helps our community, from families and folks that are just, find themselves in unfortunate circumstances, to folks that come in that don't actually live there, that come in and receive help daily if they care to, and just so many different programs. And you're right, it takes a lot of money to make sure that we're taking care of those that need that kind of help.
It's nice that they also give you a trade if you're interested in learning how to do something.
It is very true. Historically, the day of Super Bowl, like last year, we have a handful of folks that are graduates or in the program currently. They call it the BEST program. And what this does is gives them food handling certifications and creates an environment for them to learn how to be self-sufficient in the form of being employed at any food service facility.
That's wonderful, and it also gives them a better look on nutrition and things like that in their own lives, because they can take some of that stuff they learn to be employed and apply it to their own homes when they leave the Lighthouse Shelter.
So true. Real food makes a real difference in lives, and I think that just these recipes, and I know mine and these other recipes are real. That's what I call real food. Go ahead and try some of these recipes. And while you're getting those recipes, click on that link. And truly, if you have $5, $10, it would be great. Last year, we set a goal of $2,000 to $2,500. And we ended up pulling in $4,300 right before the world kind of came to a close.
Yeah.
But overall, I got to tell you, over the past 14 years, we've collected $34,000, which I think is a massive number for this effort that we try to do each year. There's just 100% goes to the Lighthouse Shelter. We don't keep anything. That's not what the heart of this effort is all about. It's all about getting this money to the Lighthouse Shelter.
All right. So please get on the site and donate and enjoy cooking some of the recipes. Most people like to make soup. It's always fun to have homemade soup in your home, and so they're going to enjoy these recipes and try something new, huh?
Soup is one of those where, like, during the football game, you can go back. No one's really counting how many bowls of soup you have. So having it hot and on the stove, 2-3 times, and then halftime comes and you get a fourth one. No one, and it's usually pretty healthy stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's great. HeritageLoves.com.
HeritageLoves.com. Okay, just head on down there and click on the links to the Super Bowl and get those recipes and start put your apron on and get busy.
Do you have soup plans, Bill?
I always have soup plans. We make soup every week, usually on Saturday. I had one soup earlier this year. I made bean soup, but I can only make that once a year with the ham bone from the New Year's Eve, Virginia ham, that the one that comes in the bag that you soak. And that's a pretty serious ham recipe. But usually chicken noodle soup is the kind of thing I make. I make the stock on Saturday, take the meat off the bone and put it in the fridge. And after I've made that stock, I take that and put it in the fridge and let the fat come to the top. And on Sunday, I skim it off, reduce it, add a little salt, and put the rest of the stuff back in.
You're hitting all the good things. You are a polished soup maker. That is an excellent recipe. I think that there's probably a little bit of chicken noodle soup in this vaccine that's going around, because everybody knows that chicken noodle soup is good for the soul, good for the body.
Yeah, it's fun to make, when you make it from scratch, instead of just buying the stock and then going out and get a rotisserie chicken at the store. A lot of people do that, but it's not that difficult to make. You have to have a little patience, that's all.
Just a little bit of patience. That's one of the hardest things that cooks find, is that you have to have patience when making real food, good food.
Okay, well, we'll have to swap some recipes again sometime, Chef. And I know that you stay busy, every day of the year cooking and working in that culinary business. So you've got a lot of background with you.
I sure do. And it's so good talking to you. I really appreciate the time, Bill.
Oh, I appreciate you calling. Once again, give them that information.
So go to HeritageLoves.com. That is Heritage Baptist Church right there on Forest Drive. That's our website. This is a 100% donation that you would give. 100% donation we give right to the Lighthouse Shelter to help them in all the different ways that they help and reach out to the community that needs the largest amount of help right here in Annapolis. So HeritageLoves.com. $2, $5, $200, whatever you want to give, that would be greatly appreciated. I know the Lighthouse Shelter would really appreciate that. And then we'll see you next year for the 16th annual Super Bowl.
Okay, you'll be busy cooking then. Back to you in a year, if not before, Zachary. Good to talk to you again.
Good to talk to you too, Bill. Take care.
All right, that's Zachary Pope joining us. Heritage Baptist Church. HeritageLoves.com. Hit the Super Bowl button, get the recipes, and donate to and help out the Lighthouse Shelter, please.